for people that are intrapreneurs, what advice do you have for them to like master that? Or do you recommend that they actually leave what they're doing and go start their own thing? And if you don't, why is that? Why is it smarter to be a part of a bigger ecosystem than to go out and do your own thing?
I think for entrepreneurs, we know intrinsically that the path to success is not linear. And everything that made us feel like we're gonna lose our business and we changed 2 or 3 things, and then that was the trajectory, that was the catalyst for us to grow. That is the benchmark of an entrepreneur, is like being able to ride the roller coaster.
So I disagree with what Trent's saying. 100%. Here's a question for you. For people that are intrapreneurs, you know what an intrapreneur is?
No.
Someone that's inside a business being an entrepreneur. Bomb drop.
Okay.
Put the bomb drop in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Does he do that? Bomb
Dropping
drop.
bombs.
Yeah. So someone in a different business being an entrepreneur. It's what you're doing at next level.
Yeah.
Honestly, right? What advice do you have for them to like master that? Or do you recommend that they actually leave what they're doing and go start their own thing? And if you don't, why is that? Why is it smarter to be a part of a bigger ecosystem than to go out and do your own thing? It's a great question.
It's a fantastic question.
And I'm going to tell you why I'm asking this after. It's going to make everybody fucking uncomfortable. Go ahead.
He needs to, no, I want him to tell me.
Because you're thinking the same thing I'm thinking.
Exactly.
I think that entrepreneurs have
might
a
cry.
much higher tolerance for risk.
Mm-hmm.
When you're an entrepreneur, you've burned the ships. You're ready to go. And everybody knows that. Like, they would all rather take a very small salary and pay everybody's payroll and keep the ship running.
Mm-hmm.
Entrepreneurs have the ability to be creative with a safety net. And I think it's a good stepping stone. And I think a lot of people in their 30s and 40s are entrepreneurs, like you said, and in their 50s, once they have this skill mastered, they become entrepreneurs. So if I was an entrepreneur, I would say learn as much as you can. If you go to work and all you want to do is just do your job, you're going to become obsolete very quickly. But if you understand the business and you are genuinely inquisitive and introspective, you can become an entrepreneur.
So
Okay.
I disagree with what Trent's saying.
Okay.
100%. Because like an entrepreneur, like what the energy that an entrepreneur has cannot be like taught. And like you don't transform to that. Like you're just
You
an
think you have to
entrepreneur.
be a born an entrepreneur?
Yes. 100%.
Nah.
100%.
Nah.
Prove to me otherwise.
So what makes an entrepreneur? Like, what is that?
What makes it? Tons of stuff. So like Trent said, like the risk tolerance. Like you can't be taught like, oh, take a little bit more risk. Like you're willing to do the things that it takes to like make yourself succeed without knowing that there's a safety net. You can't grow out of that. Like that's just in you from like birth, like how you were raised, all of those different things. So you take myself, for example, I didn't grow up wealthy at all, but I still managed to want to go out and take the risk and be an entrepreneur, no matter what. An entrepreneur, someone that works inside of a company, I don't feel like they can actually grow outside of that. I feel like that's their role. That's what they're supposed to be doing. We a lot of times talk about those people as the integrators, and that's what they are.
You know, in the trades, HVAC, plumbing, electric, you have people that grow up and are employees of people's shops, and then they understand the business differently in their 30s or 40s.
Yes.
And then they open their own shop.
Yep.
They become an entrepreneur.
Are they working they're working outside in their own shop, or are they working like within the
they make it.
ecosystem?
They make their own shop. They build their own shop. You disagree? Can you give them the mic?
But also before you respond, so that doesn't just because someone starts a business doesn't necessarily make them that type of entrepreneur. But go ahead.
So my take on it, definitely true. that people in their 30s or 40s, but typically there was a catalyst of some sort, right? They got bought out by private equity. They got sick of being told to do what they could do. And then there's that 3-year hump where they're put through the fire of like, do I really have what it takes? And most don't. Some get lucky. Some steal the leads from their previous company. And then some have that dog in them to just keep fighting, if that makes sense. But like, I mean, I started.
So do you think you have to be born an entrepreneur?
I think you have to have I think, like what Dom's saying, I think there's a certain chip on your shoulder.
It's in you, bro.
For me, of just like, I'm not very Christian of me, but like,
It's okay. It's a safe space.
You're more.
hold on. There's a lot of people like, I grew up bullied a lot. Oh no, it's not a big deal. It made me better. Yeah, I'm not sorry to be bullied. I think that it was fine. But when you grow up with a name like Courtney, not the easiest thing.
Is your name Courtney?
No, he calls himself Court.
Yeah, I do call myself Court.
Is your full name
Because of
Courtney?
My full
trauma,
name is
PTSD?
Courtney.
Interesting.
Yeah.
PTSD.
Anyways, like there's a lot of me that like looks at people that I thought had it all, and it's just like, dude, I'm gonna dominate you. Like that's like my mission in life. Some days that's like what I get out of bed for, of just like, dude, so and so that shoved me in a locker. Like I just want to see that. I will never be at a class reunion ever in my life. But if I did, it's like, dude, I want to show up successful.
Hey, listen, let me explain something to you. We're going to that class reunion and we're stunting. Okay? But we're balling out when we go to the class reunion.
But when
We
you're
need
saying
to.
the intrapreneur, because I do think that if they had the savings or whatnot, but like, dude, I sold my house for this, and there was no guarantee of it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like there's nothing. If you have the guarantee, then that's really not entrepreneurship, right? Like it was funded by something. Like if bankruptcy isn't right at your door, you don't know what that hard is. Does that make sense? Like what I'm saying? So I do think that the entrepreneurship is a little bit different, whether or not you're self-funded or whatnot. I think that there is, but I don't know.
And here's the other thing. Though.
So, wait,
So
I
like if it could be taught, why do people go and get, bachelor's and master's degrees and still don't understand business? Like I'm telling you, the people that go out and get these degrees, bro, they do not fucking understand business.
You're right. But I don't think that that's what an entrepreneur is. Like I think
me
that
neither.
I think that an
But that's what they're
entrepreneur
teaching.
is a problem solver. And so I do think there's a lot of intrapreneurs that would be great entrepreneurs, but that's where the difference is. Like I think that Trent is probably one of the best problem solvers, and if that's what your definition of entrepreneur, he's got it.
So hold on, stay on that
but
before
there's
you go on.
okay.
So are you saying that Trent, our friend here, Trent and Friends, are you calling him an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur?
That's what I'm saying. If the
What are you calling
definition
him?
if the definition is problem solver, Trent's a problem solver. But if you're saying that part of that problem solver plus risk taker, I think it's going to be hard for anybody. Like let's say Trent has a net worth of freaking $10 million. And if he said, I have to bet it all on myself, why would he? Because it's comfortable. You know what I mean? Like you would need to want something so much more than the security that you have. And I think that's a hard golden handcuffs to get past. Does that make sense?
For sure. And look, I've been both.
What are you now?
Right now, I would say I'm still both. Like, look.
But why though? Like, what makes you comfortable being entrepreneur? Like, this is me being transparent.
Okay.
As an entrepreneur, I could not be an intrapreneur. It would be very hard for me to do that. It'd be very hard for me.
So
how are you able to do that?
So I'll tell you first. Obviously, I was an entrepreneur, and
You are.
No. Yeah. Well, the first company that my brother and I exited, we were straight entrepreneurs. We almost went bankrupt multiple times when Babies R Us went Chapter 11, we had $250,000 of inventory sitting in our warehouse that were labeled Babies R Us, and we like couldn't sell it. So like that almost took all of our cash flow away. So I know what that feels like you're saying, like we paid everybody else's payroll and didn't pay ourselves, and we're like, hey, we're gonna lose everything, but these guys, packed all these boxes. When you get to partnership level of entrepreneurship, everybody is both an intrapreneur and an entrepreneur. So Chris and Levi and Daryl and me, we are all essentially like independent entrepreneurs, but we collaborate, and that collaboration looks like intrapreneurship. We own a certain sector of the business. And I am probably capable of growing a company to X million, but with these guys, we could grow it to $1 billion. We could have $1 billion valuation. So at some point, being an entrepreneur in a vacuum alone is not as lucrative as being an intrapreneur with a bunch of red D entrepreneurs.
Do you agree with that, bro?
I think I was honestly,
Yeah, I agree. I'm with that. I agree with that. I'm with that. I'm with that.
Because I think that you and I were talking earlier, and you said like, dude, I couldn't go back to the startup days, if that makes sense. Like there's
I hate the startups.
I know, but like you look at like Mark Cuban, or you look at the people who like made it big, and they made it big. Typically, very, very rarely do they make it big twice. It's usually they made it big once, and like they poured their soul into that first venture. They poured their soul into that first time of the almost going bankrupt. I know for me personally, like if this went under, I don't think I'd start from scratch. I don't think there's a chance. No. Like I rode the ride and I had a great time with it. Right. I'm more valuable now in a million different other places. And so by that definition, am I an entrepreneur? I don't know.
I want to tell you this. I think that this is the mark of an entrepreneur, because like I have kids. My oldest daughter is going to college, and she believes that success is relatively linear. You do well in high school, you go to college, you make 70,000 and 100,000 and so on and so forth. And hopefully inflation keeps up with what you have in your retirement fund. I think for entrepreneurs, we know intrinsically that the path to success is not linear, and we want it to be linear, but when it's not, we understand why it's not. And everything that made us feel like we're going to lose our business, and we changed 2 or 3 things, and then that was the trajectory, that was the catalyst for us to grow. That is the benchmark of an entrepreneur, is like being able to ride the roller coaster.
I also think you learn that, because the way I see it is it's like an NBA player. Like some people are born 6'10", and some people have that innately with them, that they are born with, that is a gift that you can't teach. They just had it. But I do think people can still become high-level basketball players, play overseas, play high-level college, whatever it is. Even if they don't make it to the NBA, it doesn't mean they were never a basketball player. So there's levels to it, obviously. Like we look at Mark Cuban, that's an entrepreneur. That's like the top 0.001%. But I think that there's still skill sets involved that you can learn over time, still become an entrepreneur, even if you're not the top 1%. You weren't born being 6'10", you're born 6 foot, but you can still learn how to dribble a ball, shoot, play basketball, and still know and understand the game, even if you're not in the 0.01%.
Yeah.
Like I love gambling. I'm a blackjack player. I love playing blackjack.
You count cards.
I count cards. I understand the risk.
You told the whole room that today.
It's perfectly legal. Perfectly legal.
They kick you out of the casino for that, though.
It's not illegal, though.
It's not
frowned
illegal, but they
upon.
do kick you out.
That's why you got to play it the right way.
Just grab that mic from Court.
Yeah, I think that the reality is that, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, but really the pinnacle is to be an investor, right? Because that's when you have the most power, is to be an investor, and you're not in the weeds. You're not running the operations. You're not having to think strategically about things. You already have people doing that for you.
It's just not fun, though. It's not fun.
Well, no, but that's the next level of the game.
Yeah.
Right. Like would you, like, it kind of goes back to, would you be the CEO of Coca-Cola or would you be Warren Buffett? Warren Buffett makes, whatever, 500 million on Coca-Cola's dividends, right? While the CEO only makes 30 million.
Yeah.
So,
You've been watching Grant Cardone.
there you go. But it's a good example, right?
No, it's a great example. You're right.
And the best entrepreneurs translate over to great investors.
Mm-hmm.
I think a prerequisite for an entrepreneur is the ability to burn the ships, to know that, like, I'm going to do this. That clarity of mind is very unique, and it's very scary for non-entrepreneurs to say, I'm going to do this, whether it fails or succeeds. It's going to fail or succeed on my mind, my skill set, and my strategy. And there's 15, 20 people in this room right now. Like, everybody knows, everybody here wakes up at 3, 4 in the morning and has an idea. And you think about that idea, then you wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and you do your workout and you try to express that idea, right? Like, that is what entrepreneurs do. And I have friends that are not entrepreneurs. They're successful and they have, W-2 jobs, but they sleep soundly until 8 a.m. And they clock in, clock out, and 5 o'clock, they don't think about it. And here we are at midnight still talking about work. Because in my worldview, that is the goal of player one. It is to become the best version of yourself. It is to express yourself as an entrepreneur. And in a lot of ways, I think entrepreneurs we're artists. We take a lot of risks. We don't know if it's going to be successful. We don't even know if it's going to be beautiful, but we're passionate enough about it to see it through. And I think that is the most beautiful thing about entrepreneurship and about what player one is. It's find out who you are at a young age and then don't listen to everybody else. The game is meant to deceive you, and your ability to move through the game with impunity makes you a really strong player. Like, you could have went a lot of different ways, right? When you were 18 years old,
bro,
you didn't
went to college.
You didn't go to college.
No.
And you run one of the most successful, profitable, top-line revenue residential commercial cleaning companies that I've ever met.
Yeah.
You didn't go to college, right? But somebody who went to college is working at your company.
Yeah. Well, multiple. There's actually cleaners that went to
right,
college.
because a lot of white people works at your school.
Post that shit. Yeah. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, we covered a lot.
Any other questions, audience? America?
I just want to because I think about entrepreneurs, like, businesses wouldn't run without entrepreneurs.
100%.
And a lot of them come to me and there's not a plumber alive that doesn't come and interview with me. And I not know that, like, their end goal is to own their own plumbing company. And my job is to make sure that they stay as comfortable as possible, that they don't want to. But, like, everybody wants it, and I remember wanting it, right? Like, I remember wanting it bad in high school, but they don't want to pay the price. Like, there's a lot of shit that sometimes you're in it too deep to even back out once you're in it. And so I think that it's very romantic to talk about entrepreneurship and about the business and about X, Y, and Z, because you see the successes. And we're in a room of people with successes, learning from people with massive successes. And behind all those successes, there's 9 or 10 catastrophic failures.
Do you know what I think, dude? I'm just gonna, whether we post this or not, it's all right. I think entrepreneurship is like the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
To other people, it's this man behind the curtain who's pulling these strings, and he looks like the Wizard of Oz, fire. And everybody, all the common people are like, oh my God, it's the Wizard of Oz. But for the people that are entrepreneurs, we go behind the curtain and we're like, you're just like me. You're a guy who's scared, who uses a lot of different people to make yourself look like this amazing creature.
And that doesn't matter.
And it doesn't matter
what size they're at.
It doesn't matter what size you're at.
Doesn't matter.
Because the perception of the Wizard of Oz for the majority of people is amazing. And for the entrepreneurs, you either want to be the Wizard of Oz or you want to take the Wizard of Oz down.
You're not willing to sacrifice your nights and take the risk,
Right.
sleeplessness and everything else. I know so many people who have great W-2 jobs like you're talking about. They're like, oh, it'd be good, and then they see me during the week or they call me and I can't make something or whatever, and they start to see that and it starts to push them on what they take, and suddenly they realize that.
That's the hard thing, is that you're 100% right. That's the hard thing, which is like nobody knows that we wake up at 3 a.m. Like
Let me be transparent here.
tell me.
I don't wake up at 3 a.m.
You don't.
Absolutely not.
Never.
Very long time. Are you guys waking up at 3 a.m? God,
Dude,
who's waking up at 3?
I wake up
multiple times.
You're waking up at 3?
I mean, I wake up multiple. I can't even go to sleep sometimes because I'm thinking about so many different things.
yeah.
That much stress, huh?
Not
Working
stress.
with the next
it's
level.
not
No, not
stress.
stress. It's not stress. It's
What is it?
It's me thinking about what I can do and just the ambition that I have.
Yeah.
It's like I can do this, and the ideas that are constantly coming to my mind.
I love that my wife could sleep as late as she wants, and I really like the fact that I wake up at 3 a.m. and come up with a new idea.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to challenge you both to do. I'm going to challenge you guys to figure out a way to not do that, because you can still accomplish that thing by waking up at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. You don't have to, like, I truly believe you don't have to like wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to be extremely successful. You don't have to be out of shape to be extremely. And these are things that I've did. You don't have to be out of shape to be super successful. You don't have to work everybody like a slave ship. Like, you don't have to do those things. Those are things that that really sound good when we talk to people. It really sounds good to tell people to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. That shit sounds great.
And I'm not saying I wake up at 3.
They wake up routinely at 3 o'clock in the morning. They're saying, I'm so excited.
I don't ever listen.
Spontaneously wake up.
I don't ever want to have to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning with anything. We should be like,
But
sleepily in our bed.
Yeah, bro,
at
we're
time.
trying-
But do you think
and
you
I'm
get?
not saying
Do you
this-
think
and
you get to $150 million?
That's what I'm
company
saying. Yeah.
By not
you need
doing
a
this?
you need a mic, but that is exactly what I was going to
But
say.
listen
which is,
though,
dude,
what I'm
we're
saying
trying
is
to build
there's
$150
people that have done
companies.
that though.
No,
I don't think so.
no, they're
There is, bro.
they're thinking they're cutting edge. They're
No,
thinking
every
about
There is,
every
bro.
little thing.
Tommy Mello, Lance
There is-
Bachman, all
get
these
out
guys.
of this- get out of
bro.
the-
They're
get
all
out of-
waking up early.
Get out of this particular group of people.
Well, those group of people do $200, $300 million a year.
But
in revenue.
no, get out of this group of people. I'm saying those people are doing billions, and they're not waking up at that, bro.
That's different. Billionaires and millionaires.
Yeah, but there's also people that are waking up at 4 a.m. Like, I wake up at 4 a.m. It's a choice though. Like, and it's not a choice of just like, I enjoy it. I genuinely enjoy it only because it's peaceful. That being said, like, there are people that are waking up, putting in more hours than me that will never be as successful as Dom. And so, like, I do think that it can be challenged. Like, there are different ways to leverage yourself. It's not more hours equals more output all the time. We know that, right?
Or the
But I think
time
Trent,
of day.
you need to clarify. You're not saying you're waking up. You're waking up because you have so much on your mind that you just have an idea,
Right.
And then you're going back to sleep.
Right.
You said
I'm not-
that's when your energy hits.
No,
Yes,
but you're
I'm
going
not
back-
waking
you're
up
going
from
back to
like
sleep.
I'm not waking up from stress. I'm waking up from like I have an idea.
That's just when your energy lies.
It pops in. I'll take notes on my phone. I'll wake up
Yeah.
my wife and be like, "Hey, this is a great idea. I'll tell you in the morning." And then I
Yes.
go back to sleep.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you this. You have a really good point. I was playing squash. I don't know if you know this, but I'm like a competitive racquetball player.
I did not know that.
That's a true thing. And I started playing squash about a year ago. All right, I played squash against this guy that's 70 something years old. Let's just say 72. He's probably older, but 72. All right, I'm athletic. I'm 6 feet. I'm 250 pounds. You guys know I take a lot of drugs. It's like I'm in it, dude.
Leave that
I'm fit. I can hit the ball
No,
hard.
leave that in.
Right? And I lose to this guy 10 games out of 10 games. And he's 72.
You probably didn't take 2 steps.
And he didn't take 2 steps. And I'm trying as hard as I can. I'm breathing. He's making me run around the court. I talked to him afterwards, and I was like, you know what? You didn't beat me because you're more athletic, and you didn't beat me because you're in better shape, And you didn't beat me because you eat healthier. You beat me because you have a better strategy. And as entrepreneurs, we try, like you said, we trade hours for money. Hours for money, hours for money. And this guy knows the steps. He knows the strategy. No matter how many hours I put in, no matter how many steps I put in, this guy's going to beat me because he has a better strategy than me. And I think that's the thing that we miss a lot, which is, or maybe that's what Dom's point is like, hey, you could spend 50 hours in your business. Maybe he spends 1 hour in his business, but 1 hour full of strategy is better than 50 hours of putzing around.
I think high level people can do 4 hours worth of work that the average person can do like in 40 hours.
Yeah,
easily.
for sure.
Like, I do 4 hours worth of work and I'd be like, yeah, I did what you do in a whole fucking week.
Yeah.
In 4 hours.
Right. Agreed.
Yeah. So I don't know if it has I just don't like for people to believe, especially like new entrepreneurs, to believe they have to do like the 4 o'clock wake ups, all these other, like be unhealthy and not have like time with their family to like be successful. Cause it's not true.
You're right.
Like that stuff's not true.
No, you're right.
And you're right.
And
Like,
he's a testament of it. You've been married for how long?
But like I'm telling you though, like all of those things that I did take, like being like 300 pounds and stuff, like bro, I did not have to do that to get to this point.
Were you 300 pounds?
Yes.
300? What are you now?
240.
Wow, you look great.
With
Do you take stuff?
No, I don't take anything yet.
Just dieting?
I'm gonna take it when I get back in May.
What are you going to take?
Whatever you take.
Yeah, dude, let
Cause
me.
like you look great. Like bro, you
Thank
didn't look
you.
like this 4 weeks ago.
No.
Like Trent looks much better than he did 4 weeks ago.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna whatever you're taking.
I'm dieting. I'm taking stuff, and I'm doing Levi's workout.
You're definitely not dieting. Who said?
Yeah, got the gut right.
He's definitely not dieting, right? Like we're clear on that.
No. Well, I had pizza today. I did my cheat day.
Stickers, burritos.
Believe you
gummies.
me, I'm gonna throw that up tonight.
Oh my god! But either or, like I think that's important. Like we gotta set the tone for like future entrepreneurs. Like that's my purpose. It's for future entrepreneurs. Like we don't want them to think like they have to be unhealthy. They have to have bad relationships. They gotta work at 4 o'clock in the. They don't have to do that. They become super successful.
Yeah, agreed.
They don't have to do that.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's important.
Hey, Dom,
100%.
happy birthday, bro.
Thank you.
I love you. This has been a great podcast, and I hope we do it again.
We will. We'll do it sober next time.
All right, cool. Let's do it sober next time.